Hey everybody, Barrett here with Spec of Tech. Welcome to the channel. So my last video was the review on the absolutely beautiful sounding and beautiful looking Legacy Aeris tower speakers, but in that video I had a lot of content that I wanted to cover, so I didn't have time for any sound demos. I know that some of you were a little upset that I didn't include sound demos, but I wanted to save that for a separate video, so that's going to be today's video. So just for a little bit of fun today, we're going to see how these speakers can shake my room because they are very capable in the bass department. Each of the speakers does have two 12-inch drivers, and they are powered with an internal amplifier that puts out 1500 watts RMS per speaker. Before I show you how these can shake my room, I just want to cover the setup real quick. Of course, I was using the Legacy Aeris tower speakers. No other speakers were used and no subwoofers were used, obviously. The amplifier that I'm using to power the speakers for these demos is the Legacy Audio IV3 amplifier. It's beautiful looking, but it also puts out a ton of power, and it's going to be powering the mid-range and the tweeter. Like I already mentioned, the bass section of these speakers is internally powered. For music, I'm using the Eversolo DMP A6 music streamer, which is connected to the Eversolo Z8 DAC. Like I already mentioned, the bass section of these speakers is incredible and it's very, very capable. Now, what I'm about to show you isn't exactly scientific. It's more for fun, just to show you the output of these speakers, that it can truly shake your room. It can give you pretty much as much bass as you want. Like I mentioned in the review, which I'll link in the top right-hand corner of this video, the bass is very clean. It's very tight. It's actually pretty exceptional when it comes to a tower speaker, but it can also put out a lot of output if that's what you're looking for. So that's kind of what I wanted to show, is just show you guys that it does have a ton of output and it really can shake your room. So I'm going to show you the bass demos first, and then we'll get into some music demos so you can hear how they sound. Really quick before we get into the demos, I do want to mention that my recording equipment, my room, as well as the device that you're listening on is going to greatly affect the sound. Not to mention that YouTube does compress the audio, so it's not going to be an accurate depiction of what I'm hearing in my room. All right, so let's have a little bit of fun first and show you guys how these do shake my room. As you guys can see from those demos, the bass section of these speakers is very capable. It can and will shake your room, and it has a ton of output. But the bass of these speakers isn't just about output. I just kind of showed you that for fun. As I mentioned in the review, the bass on these speakers is very clean, it's very accurate, and it's some of the best bass that I've ever heard from any speaker in my room. All right, with that out of the way, let's have a listen to the music demos, but I do want to remind you guys that I did do a review of these speakers already, so today's video isn't about a review, so we're just going to listen to these sound demos. I will give a little commentary after the fact, but I did describe these speakers in detail in the review, so if you do want to hear what my thoughts are on the sound of these speakers, you can head over to the review after this video, which I've linked in the top right-hand corner. For the music demos, I did use a binaural microphone, so you should be able to hear some of the sound staging and imaging as well. Of course, it's not going to be an accurate depiction, but with a binaural microphone, at least it does give you some of that sound staging and some of that imaging versus using just a stereo microphone. I hope you guys did enjoy those demos. I'm not sure how great they're going to come through after YouTube compresses it and after I've used my editing software to edit it, but I hope that it does give you some indication of how these speakers sound. So just to give you an idea of how they sound, because I'm not sure how it's going to come through on the video, like I said, I did describe this in the review, but these speakers are just some of the most detailed, transparent, and clear speakers that I've ever heard. So if you ever do get the opportunity to go and listen to these speakers at a local dealer, I highly recommend you do so, especially if you're planning on buying them. Obviously, you should always listen to a speaker first before purchasing. But what you can expect to hear is a very clear and clean, detailed sound, all the way from the top to the bottom. These speakers are incredibly detailed in the low end, the mid-range, and the tweeter. So with Legacy using 2 ribbon tweeters in the Legacy Aeris, it is going to be a slightly different sound than what you're used to if you are used to listening to something like a soft dome or aluminum or titanium dome tweeter. This does have a slightly different sound, but they're just incredibly capable and incredibly accurate. When it comes to the mid-range, the same can be said. It is very detailed, it's very clean. All the sound has its own place. It's very separated from all the rest of the sound. It has a fantastic sound stage. And then the bass is just incredibly capable, but also very clean and very tight, very impactful. It's just some of the best bass you're ever going to hear out of a tower speaker. But like I said, I already did cover all of this and more in the review. So if you want to hear my detailed explanation of how these sound, I recommend going and checking out the review. This video was just about the sound demos for those of you that find them helpful. So I hope you did find them helpful. And if you did, make sure you subscribe, tick the bell icon if you do, and please take just one short second to hit that like button. I always do appreciate it. Make sure that you guys stay tuned on the channel. I am going to be doing a review and a comparison of the SVS Evo Ultra bookshelf with the previous SVS Ultra bookshelf, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Remember to enjoy your systems. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.